Good morning. I'm on a channel with the first Facebook Live of 2018. Yes, it's a new year, but I kind of feel like every day is a new year, right? I mean, it's a new 365. So, yes, we're in a new year. It's 2018. It's January. I think it's January 2nd now. Not to date this because you might be seeing this later on. But the new year represents a lot of things for a lot of people. It represents new resolutions, new beginnings, new opportunities to seize the day, etc. But I say, why not use every day to do those things? All right. So yesterday, I sent out an email to my email list, and I was like, I'm the Grinch of New Years, and I was like, I hate New Year's, and I don't really hate New Year's, but um, it's this whole idea that it marks, I guess it marks the beginning of a new calendar year, but in my mind, I'm thinking like every day is a new day to do new things, right? So every day is a chance for us to start over fresh, all right? So I'm not super duper a Grinch. No, I don't hate New Year's, but I just believe that every day is a day to start something new, and that if you don't hit your resolution, or if you fall off the horse, or you don't stick to your goals, take the new day to start over fresh, right? I mean, I was reading somewhere that by January 15th, 95% of the people abandon their resolutions. And that means that it wasn't really a resolution, if that's you, that it wasn't really something you resolved to do. It might have been a wish, it might have been a goal, it might have been an idea that you liked. But, if it's really a resolution, even if you aren't, I mean, we're all imperfect, right? I mean, I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. So if you don't hit your goals, or if you fall off the horse a little bit, just jump back on. Just jump back on and start over again, right? That's sort of the goal. All right. So that's just my idea on it. Not trying to belabor the whole fact, but I do want to say Happy New Year to you. Hopefully, you had a great, safe, start of 2018. We're going to make this a great year. This is, like I said, every day is a chance to start over fresh. But the new year does mark a lot of those things for a lot of people. So I'm not going to be the Grinch. I'm not going to, I just want to explain myself because I know some of you might be here because of the email or whatever. So I don't want you to think that, oh, Monty's is super negative. Because after I read it, I was like, that's kind of a downer for New Year's. But the big point that I was trying to make was that every day is a new day to start something new, right? I mean, that's really the reality of it. I mean, if it's January 1st, there's only one January 1st, but there's only one January 15th also, right? It's a new day. So just think about that as you're moving forward. All right, so what can you expect from me? Well, I'm gonna do a lot more live streams, a lot more videos. I'm really focusing on building up my education practice, which is just to help people who are challenged to make videos, right? That's sort of my goal. I know video is big for a lot of folks, especially online now. But that being said, you may be like I was when I worked as a news reporter, and I couldn't like get my words out. Like I really struggled. And if that's you, then and if that's not you, like if you're fine with your messaging, I'm sure there's something that I can help you with in terms of your video production to step it up. All right, because there's so many avenues. I mean, video is not, it doesn't need to be complicated, it doesn't need to be difficult. Like I'm using my webcam and my home office, right? And I just want you to laugh a lot. All right, I laughed a lot in 2018. All right, but yeah, so that's my goal, is just to help folks, and I believe that by serving people, the blessings will come back. That's kind of the way it works. And yeah, so expect a lot more videos from me in 2018. I created, I've been doing web video chefs with Chip Dizard, and we've kind of moved past the web video chefs era, and it's now, for me, it's the video fearless era. And so it's just the incarnation on the web, right? Things are always changing. So when I started back in 2006 and 7, I was the urban reporter, right? I had the vlog called My Urban Report. I went out and told my own news stories and was covering my adventures in life. And I like doing that. It was a creative outlet for me. That being said, it went its course, and that led me to partner with Chip Dizard up in Baltimore. We created Web Video Chefs, and our whole idea was to educate people, to create courses and products that would help people make awesome videos. But the challenge that we had was that all of our tutorials were very broad. Like I didn't focus on a narrow subject, so you end up having a very diversified audience, and people really don't know what to expect from you when you focus on that. So that's what led me last year to really get focused on the process of building a course that really adds value, that really solves a problem. And I got to brainstorm, and I was like, well, I really struggled on camera. And, a lot of the people that I even work with in Tampa, when I struggled on air, they're like, you really weren't that bad. But Ask Rod Finch. All right, ask Rod Finch if I was that bad. He'll tell you he remembers the stories. We laugh about it to this day. And once you figure it out, once you're succeed at something, people tend to forget the struggles, right? People tend to forget or minimize the challenges that you had. But I was definitely, man, I was challenged. Like I would get choked up, I would struggle, I would stumble, I forget my lines, and live shots were extremely hard. And so that's really what, when I went through that course last year, I was like, well, maybe that's something that other people may be struggling with, especially like business owners, people who want to, they have a message that will impact others' lives, right? They want to share a story, and they know video is important, but yet, every time you turn on the camera, you don't know what to say, or you forget what you're going to say, or you're afraid of looking silly or stupid. You don't like your voice, how you look or sound. I mean, these are all, real challenges for people these days. This is also a goal of mine. This isn't necessarily related to the new year, but I do want to drink a gallon of water a day. So I'm starting right now. No, I'm not going to drink the whole thing. Just a little sip here. But I take big sips. My wife's like, "How do you do that?" It's like I breathe through my nose and I drink and drink and drink till I can't drink anymore. All right. So yeah, that's my goal for 2018, really, to build Video Fearless, to become the source of the authority for folks that are need help sharing their message, their stories with video. Video is very powerful. I have several stories of people that I helped last year. There's a, etiquette coach named Misty Harris, and when I connected with her, she was like, "Dude, if you could help me speak on camera, I will be forever. I will sing your praises." And I was like, "I can do that." And she went through my 4-week program, and now she's making Facebook Lives every day, and she's sharing cooking tips and etiquette tips, and she's doing rest. She's like the Martha Stewart of Facebook right now. I have another student named Charlotte Squire who's out in Germany, and when we connected, I was in the research phase, and she couldn't even like share, like so I did this exercise during our first call, because I interviewed her and I was talking to her and I was asking her, "What's your challenge?" She's like, "Every time I get on camera, I get extremely nervous and I forget what I'm going to say." And I was like, "All right, I don't really believe you." So what I did was I just asked her a question. I kind of put her on the spot, and sure enough, she didn't respond at all. Completely got nervous and anxious, and came up with an exercise. And by the end of the first call, she was able to start sharing a story, on video. She was able to get through it, and I shared a technique with her that enabled her to do that. So that kind of built the confidence in me, and then I launched the program, which was fairly successful. My students seem to be really happy with it. I communicate with all of them to this day, and I have a secret Facebook group, and continue to share tips for them. And it's just a good feeling knowing that your knowledge and your expertise can help someone else, because a lot of times, if you are an expert, I don't even want to say expert, if you are proficient in a certain area, or you have knowledge of a certain area, you can take that knowledge for granted, right? I mean, you can be like, "Oh, it's not a big deal." But it is a big deal for someone who is struggling with that pain point, right? If that's a pain for someone, then you can add a lot of value and do a lot of good for them. So just remember that, as you're sort of thinking about yourself, because we all have skills, talents, and things that we can, ways we can, even hobbies that other people may be interested in. I mean, there's a whole bunch of ways. And these days, the way the internet works, like if you have can create a product, or can find another product to promote or to sell, or that can help people, then you can make a little side income. And that's the whole goal, is to, stack your bread in 2018, right? Because, you know, the economy is better, but we all know the jobs and the salaries are pretty flat. And, you got to supplement, you got to do some things to create a second and third streams. And that's important to your family's well-being, to your financial health, to your peace of mind, and all of the above. All right. So I'm not a big financial planner. That's not my spiritual specialty. I'm a video guy. I'm a broadcaster. I'm a journalist. But, just go out there and get it. Step outside the box and take some risks. You got to take some risks. You may be scared to fail, but out of failure will come success. Everyone who's succeeded has failed many, many times. And, just look at me. I mean, created my urban report, which wasn't very successful. I mean, it was fun to rank those videos. Web Video Chefs, which, we've created a ton of tutorials that have helped a lot of people. Our YouTube channel gets like 40,000 video views to this day. But in the end, like our model just wasn't correct. But hopefully with Video Fearless, like the pieces are all coming together to help folks. And you can do the same thing. There's nothing stopping you. There's a lot of information online now. The internet has sort of changed the game for us all. And so, yeah, I just want you to get it. I want you to be positive. I want you to use each day as a new day to try something new. All right, to learn something new. I was gonna share some of this book, which this book has, man, I just can't say enough about the psychology of winning. This is a gem. It's not even a new book, but I try to read about 15 minutes a day or 15 pages a day, and each section is just brilliant in terms of the advice and the suggestions and the ways we can think about ourselves and create our own reality. So I'm not going to get all into it, but with that, I'm just going to say have an awesome day. I'll talk to you soon. If you have any questions, leave a question in the comments. Feel free to comment, like, or share this video if it was helpful. Amani channel, keeping it 100 for you in 2018. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Peace.